Hello everyone. Let's do some analysis on the markets here. Going to be week 7 recap of 2024. Again, another action-packed week here actually. In the markets we actually had a nice drop, bounce back up to new all-time highs in the Nasdaq actually. I think the Qs made all new all-time highs. I believe they did. Did they not? Let's see here. Let me just get on this candle. High was 539.15, 538. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I think on some exchanges had new all-time highs. I'm pretty sure I was looking at it today. Yeah, see? New all-time highs here on Wenda. So again, we are potential breakout mode here in the Nasdaq. The Russell 2000 pulled back. I know it is struggling a little bit. I think it needs yields to come down more, and then you'll see more upside. But overall, not a bad week at all. So we almost got this dip buy here on the S&P. Not quite so. Didn't end up playing out. If it wants to rip it down and really screw over a lot of people before it ultimately rallies higher, that's very possible. But just by looking at Market Cipher right now, and I'm also, by the way, expecting a phone call, so I might just pause the video at one point, but I'm gonna pick up the analysis afterwards if that's the case. But the daily is looking bullish on the SPY, right? You got bullish dual bench strength index numbers. You got green money flow at the 0 line, but it is coming back. The triple Qs, you actually still in thick green money flow. You got bullish dual bench strength index numbers. The Russell 2000's the only one that's in red money flow right now, but you did close with a bullish candle with a 15 and a -5 on the dual bench strength index and 8 green dot as well. The Dow Jones, you have a green dot, 15 and a -5 on the dual bench strength index. So again, still looking good. So I guess actually the Dow Jones is also in a bit of red, but overall, I think they all closed the week pretty bullish, right? So all set up for more upside. So again, we want to call the tops here and there, but if we're gonna get extensions, you can't bang your head against the wall, or else you're gonna lose a lot of money. But you got to let these moves play themselves out. So again, you can still get another 5 to 10% rally in the markets, and it's again as unthinkable as it seems with all the fundamental news and all this stuff. The markets are shaking all that news off, right? They're just shaking it off like it's water on a wet dog. Shake it off, and then continue up. So again, next week could be an easy rally in the markets here. Crypto is also kind of look like it's trying to bottom out. Again, I think we're set up for a big squeeze higher potentially in crypto if this continues. So maybe the altcoins are going to get a nice bid, but the SPY and most of the indices are set up very nicely. So I got some new stocks here as well. Some people asked me to take a look at. If you guys want me to take a look at your stocks, just put them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to do it for you. So someone asked me to take a look at the IWM more. So we'll just cover it here. So the IWM had a dip buy opportunity. It respected it very nicely. I think it's going up for its final impulse up here in a 5-wave move up. And once we get into this target area, this is most likely where I'm going to be closing my position, taking my profits, and looking for some potential reversals and potential short opportunities if it wants to do that. If it takes out this high, then the markets are actually going to be looking much more bullish. So this is just what my trade setup is on the IWM. Again, the dip buy area was respected beautifully right to the tick, came all the way down, and now we should be pushing higher. Let's see here. What else we got going? Someone asked about oil. So oil, a little bit more tricky, but I have oil finishing up here inside of a wave 1. I think it needs to retrace higher before it gets a leg down. Again, drill, baby, drill. That's going to be pushing the oil prices down, just the fundamentals. And I think, you're going to see a global, slowdown here at one point, and you're probably going to see oil come back down. But again, there's no shorts, there's no buys in oil for me, not until we come back down and break these lows. If we can break these lows, if not, oil's just gonna take off, right? It's gonna find its base at one point, and it's gonna take off. But I think this is a very complex correction here. It's taking its time, but it's gonna make its way down slow and steady. Let's take a look at another one. So I think this is a new one. I don't think I've charted it. So NBIS. Nubius. All right, let's see here. Someone asked me to take a look at this one. Wow. Let's start with the bigger picture. Okay, the monthly. It's seen. Wow. Okay. Well, it's got its 5 waves up. All right. Although it broke the lows there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Extended 5th. Reset the whole cycle. All right. So maybe you're set up for some more upside here in the long term. So maybe this is your wave 3 that's about to happen. That would be very bullish. But let's take a look at the smaller counts. Get onto the weekly. So yeah, you completely reset the cycle. Crash correction. It's not like you broke the pivots, right? Everything's still held. If it wants to double correct though, and if you take out the lows, this thing can get pretty bearish pretty quickly. And then we'll take a look at the counts. So you erase divergence. So 1, 2, 3. Again, I don't really like the way it's popping and it's dropping. It's kind of leaving these big gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now you would need a corrective move, right? You've got bullish divergence, or sorry, bearish divergence now. So you just need a 3-wave move down, and then once you get your impulses, your connector wave complete, you can actually be set up for a nice dip buy or a push higher in wave 3 of 3. Right? So that's what you're set up for here. Let's just take a look at on Market Cipher real quick. Yeah, I mean, got green money flow coming in. It's looking bullish. It is looking bullish for sure. This thing looks like it's making a pretty dramatic recovery. I think it's actually set up for more upside. Technology, software, internet. Yeah, I mean, if the triple Qs is gonna take a rally towards the upside, then this stock is gonna get a nice bid too. Again, actually, really likes this setup here. So this is a really nice chart. Thank you to whoever recommended it. I really like this setup here. Thank you. Let's take a look at the TLT. We'll cover the TLT as we always do. So the TLT right now, kind of very ugly chart at the moment. Could it extend like a B wave higher and before coming down? Could it do something like that? For sure it can. Right? Anything's possible. I don't like at all. The bonds right now. It's not an easy trade. It's not an easy setup. If anything, if there is a short, it's in the short term, maybe it can do this, right? Maybe it can pop back up here. The yields can drop back down real quick. We get a nice rally in the markets, and then the yields go crazy high again. This comes back down. This is going to be our wave 4 in the market, right? And then the final 5th wave. Rally higher, and then we can just you could see that the bonds are going to recover because the yields are going to collapse. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Maybe Trump preemptively pressures Powell to cut rates. He can say as much as he wants, he's independent and whatnot, but who put him there in the first place, right? And it doesn't really matter what the news is, but the charts are kind of set up in this manner here. So I'm just going to keep a close eye on how things are going to be playing out, because if the yields are going to drop, this is going to be an impulse higher. There we go. And then the C leg should be complete, and then the B wave should be complete too. All right, so it's very interesting to see how this is all gonna play out. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the DXY. The DXY is in pullback mode. I want to see if it can extend a little bit further. It does look oversold in the 4-hour and the 1-hour. So, and we've already hit my buy area. So if it wants to start reversing now and the dollar wants to strengthen, then this is going to be a great long, maybe on USD, with I guess the Swiss franc, Japanese yen, And maybe we got some long setups here. Maybe the yen can come back up, and the yen can weaken, and the dollar can gain some foothold here, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see. All right, let's get back to the charts here. We'll take a look at some major stocks. So Tesla, again, there was a nice dip buy area here. We almost hit it. We truncated a little bit and closed the day basically flat. And I think it should be set up for a nice rally higher, but it might be a little bit too soon to celebrate. But we'll have to see. It's probably going to continue to impulse, or you'll need a retrace. If it takes out the low, then you're still inside the buy area. So this is still an accumulation zone. Nvidia actually haven't had any setups at the moment. You got a gap fill here. Maybe if you fill the gap, you'll come back down. I just kind of take a look at the SMH, and I don't like what I see. I can already see that this is a possible wave 2 right here. Finishing up a connector wave. Let's get on the smaller time frames, and let's see if we can make an ABC out of this and find a target, because I also have one very similar on AMD as well. So if the target is like this, then we are going to almost hit it. We actually almost hit it. Let's just pull this up here. Wow, look at that. So the SMH could actually rally a little bit more before hits its sell area for a bearish setup. AMD is one that already hit my sell area and is in a bearish setup as well. Again, I'm looking for one more low in AMD before we actually start to bottom all these counts up and start to hit that accumulation zone. So 102 is a big area to long. Let's see here. We have any other ones that we want to take a look at? Microsoft. Actually, let's check on Meta, because Meta, we've had a bullish count for a while. It's continuing to impulse inside of this wave 3. There is no bearish setup on Meta. Again, you are in a fifth wave extension. You don't want to get in front of this. You're going to get a small pullback eventually, but then it's going to be it's going to be that fifth wave, right? And you're erasing divergence on many time frames now. So it's actually very, very bullish at the moment. Very, very bullish. Okay, so let's see here. Do we have anything else to add? I think that's pretty much it. I didn't get any other requests. It was not too many people are asking. Most people are inside the Discord and they ask in advance, right? They just ask immediately, and I try to answer them as soon as I can. Carvana was one that we were looking for a short setup, but it is extending in a fifth wave. So I'm not going to get in front of this thing, at least not yet. And you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's in its fifth wave, right? So it's almost done. It's at the end of its road, and can it keep going? Yeah, for sure. But for how much longer? Let's take a look at Carvana on Wave Edge. Is Smart Money selling anything? No, not really. Doesn't really look like it. Looks like they were buying this dip here. And oh yeah, they were selling a lot at the close, around 286, 285. But we'll see. I think this was Hindenburg's last short setup, and they're gonna probably continue to hold short. But maybe it takes out the all-time high, and it's just gonna continue to go crazy, right? They said that they're a scam company, so they're doing a lot of fraudulent things, and they're just, they're gonna blow up soon. That's their take on it. Gold is again continuing to push higher. I think it just finished its rally here. It's going to pull back a bit in wave 4, chop around, and then look for one more setup in a fifth wave higher. So that's what you want to see in gold. And I think did we take out the highs here in gold? No, you didn't. But you actually have a very nice setup for a dip buy opportunity in gold. For those short-term traders. There you go. That's your buy area. Between 28.61 to 28.12. and then rally up. After that, let me see what else. Silver. No, sorry. Get on this silver chart. Silver actually is not looking too good. I did not like this wick here. This wick we rallied like from 32 all the way to 33, and you know what, $1.25 rally in silver, and then it it finished with this topping tail. So I do not like the setup here. I think it's coming way back down, all the way down to 27, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that plays out. That's my chart on silver right now. It hasn't changed much. It's been chopping around. It's been doing these like these connector waves, and I don't trade these. I don't like to trade these, and I don't want to trade these. Okay, so I think that's it for now. I don't have much else to add, guys. Again, we're still looking for an extension higher in the markets. As bearish as people want to be, this is still possible, and you can still get another impulse up, right? If it wants to dip again, it's very possible, but again, I think the dips may be done. It could just continue to run next week. Okay, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it and relax. I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Peace.